Hello guys, it's me again. I'm going to walk you through the process of adding a new board member to the About Us section of the website. So again, like usual, you want to log in by going to kporths.com/wp-admin using your credentials and clicking login, and that will get you here to your dashboard, which is the landing page after logging in. And down the left-hand side, again, you're going to see all of the actionable things that you can do, and one of which is profiles. And depending on if you watch the removing John Zimmerman's image video first or not, you may already know where this exists. But instead of clicking all profiles like you would with editing an existing profile, you're going to want to click on Add New, which will allow you to create a whole new board member. And what you're going to see is it's going to say Add Title. Title is the board member's name. So in this case, we're just going to type in John Doe. And then the most important part of this process is making sure you click on Content Composer, and that will load the tools that you're used to using for editing pages, or the tools that I showed you a brief walkthrough with when I came down to train a little bit. So what we're going to need to do is, in order to create the profile, we need to add a new section to this page, this empty area, by clicking on New Section and dragging it in until the area turns blue. And then when you let it go, you'll see that it now has a new section. This section is literally just a box that houses the photograph of the new board member. And to that degree, what we want to then do is within this new section is we want to find image, which is right here. I'm going to drag that right into the middle of this new section until it turns blue. And it's important you drop it over this little icon and you let it go. And you're going to see now there's this optional image that lives within this new section. And when you mouse over it, you get the pencil icon. So what I'm going to do is very quickly click on the pencil icon, and you will get this pop-up window that allows you to choose an image. And you can choose from existing images in your media library. So say the photo was already here. You could select that photo and then click on Insert to Post or Into Post. However, it sounds like you have a new photograph and you want to be able to import that and use that. So that's fairly easy as well. So what I've done is I've moved my browser window to the side so that I have access to my desktop, and you'll see a whole lot of stuff on my desktop here. And one of which is this photograph that I've downloaded from Google that's called John Doe. In your case, you're going to want to select the photograph of the new board member that you have on file. And you can just simply drag it into this window anywhere, and it will turn blue, and you let it go. And it's going to go through the process of uploading that photograph, and it should automatically generate a thumbnail for you, and there it is. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, and it should automatically select it for you. You'll see this check mark that appears. That's WordPress's way of saying this is the active image that you're going to insert. So you'll see if I click on Kirsten, there'll be a check mark, and that would mean that I'm going to insert Kirsten's photo into this post or into this profile. We want to make sure that we select the new photograph, so we're going to click on it, and we're going to go ahead and click on Insert into Post. And now you're going to see this image of John Doe. I honestly don't know his real name, but it's not John Doe. So now we have an image, and that image is going to be what appears on the About Us page in the board members hierarchy. So what I'm going to then do is just click Update in this window, and you should see his image appear now within the layout. And then there's one other important thing that we need to do, because this image, depending on how you use it, may show up as a thumbnail in other pages. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the featured image for this profile, which is what is used as the thumbnail. And it's as simple as just repeating those steps. You click on Select or Set Featured Image, your media page will load, and you just reselect that image so you see the check mark, and then you hit Set Featured Image, and you're going to see the image appear in two places. This is the one that appears on the page. This is the one that appears if you use a link to this person's profile anywhere within the site, and it's important that you have both. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Well, not all the way to the bottom, I apologize. And all the way down to where it says Theme Options, and it says Profile. And I'm going to put in a subtitle, and we're going to call this, you can see I already did it, we're going to call him New Guy. We'll get rid of this quickly, so don't worry. So his name is now John Doe, and he is subtitled as the New Guy. And then what we're going to do is scroll all the way up to the top. We're going to click Publish. And through the wonderful nature of the interwebs, we now have a new profile posted on your website. and I'm going to show it to you really quickly and delete it really quickly so that it's not up there for people to see. So I'm going to go to kporths.com. In a new tab, I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to click on the About tab. I'm going to scroll down, and you're going to see there's John Doe, the new guy. So that's how you go ahead and you add a new profile to the board of directors. And as you add them, they'll appear one right after the other in this list. There is a way to reorder them, like we did with Kirsten to Dana and John and so on. I'll show you that briefly, but I do want to remove him so he's not sitting on the website while people are looking at it. So we're going to go ahead and walk you through deleting this new user. And what we do is we click on, essentially go back to the dashboard. And in this case, we'll go all the way back to the dashboard. And then we're going to go back to profiles, and then we'll click on all profiles. And what you're going to do is you're going to see John Doe here. And as you mouse over his name, you're going to see this nice little red button that says trash. And we're going to click on that. And you're going to see that it says one post has been moved to the trash. If you do this in error, you can click on undo and he'll reappear, or she'll reappear. So in case you do by accident click on trash, there's ways around it. But now you'll see if we go back to the tab and we click on refresh, all is well. Hit the circle K again. So you'll see he has been removed. So what I'm going to do now is show you quickly how you can reorder people. And that is fairly simple as well. So I'm going to click back on this profiles tab. And again, remember, I always like to start from the dashboard because it is a springboard of familiarity for people when they're using these tools. So we'll just go back to the dashboard. And then we're going to go to profiles and click on all profiles again. And what you're going to see is you're going to see the all profiles, right? And to the far right, you're going to see this number. And this number is the number of the order starting in the upper left-hand corner. So first we'll illustrate. Here's Kirsten. Her number is 1. So if we go back to the About Us page, she appears in the first spot. We'll go back and see where Dana appears. So we'll go back to profiles and you'll see Dana is number 2. So essentially how this works is that these numbers, the numeric ordering from 1 to as many members as you have, starts at the upper left-hand corner and works essentially by row. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. So as you add number 8, you're going to want to add them in number 8. If you want to put them in any other slot, you have to go ahead and edit those numbers. So what we'll do is really quickly is we'll swap Kirsten for John so that you can see how that works. So we'll go to profiles. We're going to say John is number 3 and Kirsten is number 1. So what we want to do is we can do a quick edit for this. So we'll go to Kirsten, we'll do a quick edit, and we're going to see that her order right here is number 1, and we're going to change that to 3. We'll say update. So we have 2 3s. Can't have that. So now we're going to go to John Zimmerman. We're going to do a quick edit, and we'll change John to number 1, and we'll hit update. So now John is number 1, Kirsten is number 3. We'll go back to the About page. We'll click refresh, and you should see John is number 1 and Kirsten is number 3. So I'm going to go back and change it back really quickly so that people aren't seeing these changes on the website. So we'll go quick edit. We're going to change Kirsten back to number 1 right here. Click update. For John, where's John? Right here. We're going to do quick edit. We're going to change John back to number 3 right here and hit update. And now all should be well again in the circle K. So we'll go back to our tab, hit refresh, and voila, we are back to ground zero, as they say, the starting point. So hopefully that's really clear in terms of how to work with members' profiles and so on. There's a little bit more to it than this because, of course, we're just showing some very limited information. You can add links underneath their names, or their profile or their role to like LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and things like that. If people want to do that, but that's another lesson for another day. So I hope this was informative and worked for you.